Hey everyone, welcome to week 2 of Math 310. I hope that week 1 went okay. I noticed a lot of students didn't have any trouble uploading and downloading documents and all of that, so we're off to a pretty good start here. So I'm going to run through the week 2 coursework and I'll share my screen to do that. So on week 2, you've got the week 2 video, which you're watching right now. And then this week there's 2 assignments. And it's dealing still with the digit place game and the race to 23, or we can now start saying race to n because we are going to be changing that number. And then there's a discussion about those games. Okay, so let me open the first one. There's the assignment number 2. And here's when you get to number 1, there's kind of a typical test-like question, right? You're going to see a game that's in progress or already has been played, and now you want to try to guess the number or tell me what you think the number could be, right? Maybe it could be more than one thing at this point because it's just stopped in progress. So maybe there's 2 or 3 possible numbers that are still possible. But the key here is some deductive reasoning. Look through each clue and see if you can reason through narrowing it down to a single guess. And what I'm looking for here is some clear explanations for how you came up with the number, right? So don't just put the number. I want to see it clearly explained how you got there, okay? There's a couple of them for this problem. And then we'll get to that race to 23 again. At this point, do you have any strategies? What's the strategy that can be used to win that race to 23 game? Okay, if you're still struggling with that or you're not sure yet, one idea is maybe work backwards, and I'll show an example of that here in a second, or like right here. So we get, the last thing is a race to 24, right? So you're going to start experimenting with that. So you win by getting that number 24, okay? So one hint to lead you in the right direction, work backwards. If you want 24, what do you want your opponent to get so that you ensure that you get 24? And if you can work backwards all the way to the beginning and then come up with some things at the beginning you can do to win the game, okay? And that's it for that assignment. Oh no, there's one more question here, number 7. Totally like a sidebar, right? Just some ideas about multiplication. This class is about instruction and being an educator. So what are your thoughts on multiplication, and what are some ways that you can explain it, right? Using what's called this rule of 4 that you can read through. Okay, so just looking for some pictures and words about what 3 times 5 means, and some maybe creative ways to explain that. Okay, that's that assignment. The next one is assignment number 3. Yeah, a lot of repetition, right? So here's another game that you get to play with. And again, clear explanation, try to clearly explain what that secret number is. And then we're getting a race to 4,000. Oh my, okay, it's getting higher and higher, all right? And then changing the rules a little bit. Instead of selecting 1 or 2 numbers, we're going to do 1 or 3 numbers. All right, so notice here, we're just changing the game up. How does that affect the strategy? And are there strategies to win? Okay, so again, my advice, work backwards, come up with some conjectures. If you're, again, if you've got some good ideas or you're struggling, here this week is where we're going to make use of those discussion posts. So if I look at this week, week 2 discussion, we're going to be discussing some strategies about those 2 games. So at this point, you've had that week or 2 to experiment with these 2 games. And now maybe you have some strategies in mind, or maybe you don't really know, right? Here's your opportunity to discuss it with some classmates. So make some posts. Your post could be a strategy, opinion, or a question about either of those games, right? So maybe you're looking for some help with strategies, or you think you have a good strategy, but you're not sure if it's right. Maybe you can bounce that off, get some feedback. All right, so work together with some classmates, and this will, spawn some conversation about these that might help with your assignments, okay? So if you're struggling with your assignment, maybe come here to the discussion post, to get a little help or discuss these ideas, and then you can go back to your assignment. Okay. And again, always feel free to reach out to me with any questions about the material or about the class, about grades, anything like that. Feel free to reach out through email and we can discuss it. Okay, so that's it for this week's intro video. I hope you enjoy the 2 assignments, and I hope you have a good week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Well, there I am. Okay, and